Hey now, just a short video wishing you happy holidays. Christmas is come and gone in our household. It's pretty quiet because we don't have any little ones around the house. So my wife and I and my stepson, who's much older, and it's kind of nice, a little bit quiet, though it's always fun to have little ones running around. Anyways, I wanted to just mention that I'm going to be doing a couple of videos, 2 or 3 videos that are things that I shot while I was in Japan and mostly in Tokyo, a little bit of Kamakura. And I've been sort of struggling about how to do that, because I'd like to add music to it and things like that. But I don't know how to do that with licensing issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find something that I'm able to put in terms of music. And if you're not interested in any of that stuff, just be patient and indulge me, either by just skipping it and not watching it, or maybe just watch a little bit of it. Hopefully there's some interesting visuals. I also want to encourage people, if you are planning to go to Japan, seems like everybody I know is interested in going to Japan these days, feel free to reach out to my Fitz Electric Bar Instagram account and DM me, and just I've got a document that I've done over the years with participation of a friend of mine, where I've kind of done, it's not a smooth, beautifully written thing, but a little bit of a summary of things that I think are really great to consider in Tokyo and around the area, like Kyoto and Kamakura and things like that. So if you're interested, just DM me and I'll send you that document, maybe of some interest and some value. I am going to, so yeah, I'll be putting those Japan videos out over probably the next week or two. And again, if it's not your cup of tea, just move on. I'll be back to records again shortly thereafter. Boxing Day. So here in Canada, of course, many know Boxing Day, a day of deals on the 26th. And I'm going to talk more. I'm going to do a what's in my pile in the future, in the near future, and it'll include some of my Boxing Day stuff. But I got the American Analog set. New Drifters box, was able to get that at a really good deal, so I'm very happy about that. Also picked up a Chico Freeman Tone Poet. No, it's not a tone poet, it's an acoustic sounds. Really nice record. Sensitive, Spirit Sensitive, I think it's called. And this particular one, I'm just going to mention now, M. Ward. It's a compilation of M. Ward's sort of best ofs for beginners, is how it's titled. And I strongly recommend it. If you're not familiar with M. Ward, great singer-songwriters, got kind of a little bit of that Bakersfield sound. I just love the production. Today on Rachel's Ghost, they're talking about audiophile records and everything. And in the end, it starts with how the thing is produced. And some records are like audiophile records, and they're not analog productions or mo-fi or one steps or anything like that. And this, I think, it's from different recordings, so it's, it has a little bit of a, difference between songs. But if you don't know M. Ward and you've heard his name, he was with Zooey Deschanel and She and Him. But I would highly recommend that you give the song Vincent O'Brien a listen, which is the last song on the first side of this. But if you want to stream it, the guitar sound, the kind of like beautiful low-key twang to it, and the production, just fantastic. So M. Ward, I've been listening to this and just really loving this record. The other thing that I'm doing over the holidays when I've got some time is I'm doing a deep dive on Nick Cave. So Faith, Hope, and Carnage, kind of referencing the album Carnage that he did with Warren Ellis. But this is fantastic. So Sean O'Hagan, I don't know him, but I think he's a journalist, a writer. He has a preceding relationship with Nick Cave. So they're, I think, friends and certainly colleagues, and had a good a good relationship with each other. This is a really wonderfully done book because it's a long form interview. And what I love about it is it's not just pat questions, or it's not the author doing their autobiography and trying to make sense of their lives. It's somebody who knows this person really well. This Sean knows Nick Cave really well. They have history. He asks a lot of good questions. He gets into what is Nick's feelings about religion. He goes into the bad seeds, the Mick Harvey era, the Blixa era. Really fascinating stuff, quite in depth without it being salacious. And Nick Cave, as any of you know from any of his In Conversation stuff, I had the good fortune of seeing him in conversation on that tour here in BC in New Westminster at Massey Theatre. But also his Red Hand Diaries. He is very open and honest, and he loves to roll things through his mind in terms of trying to make sense of things. And people ask questions very sincerely about subjects that maybe they're grappling with, things like, the sense of loss and maybe depression or things like that. And he takes those questions very seriously and really works through his answer from his perspective. And it's really interesting. Anyways, loving this book. I feel like I got real insight into Nick Cave, and I'll talk more about this later. But I do this periodically with artists. I've done it with Joni Mitchell, with Ricky Lee Jones, with Elvis Costello, where I'll read either a biography, an autobiography, and then I'll go deep into their collection. And of course, when they're talking about music from their past and how it was recorded and things like that, and they get into that with this book as well. It's so fun to kind of then listen to the source material that was recorded at that time, kind of connect the dots. So I do libraries now a lot. I've got so many books, or I had so many books. I've only got so much room for records and books, and records get precedent. But take this out of the library if you can. Really strongly recommend it. And so that's all for now. Look for these Japanese or these videos from my time in Japan. Again, if it's not your cup of tea, that's okay. I'll be going back to the vinyl stuff shortly thereafter. Want to wish everyone happy holidays. If I don't talk to you before then, please have a great New Year's, and look forward to seeing you on the flip side in 2025. Carpe diem, as always, MFs.